Hi everyone, this tutorial is how to use the Tracker app that we're going to be using for some of our lab experiments. So how to use Tracker? Well, we're going to go to Tracker and you're going to see this screen. And once you have the video that you know you want to be using, you can either do File, Open, and find your video. Where's my video? Okay. And then you're going to probably get an error message like this. Don't freak out, okay? So just hit OK. And what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to go to the file itself and open that in whatever media it opens in. So for me, if I double click on the video, it opens in QuickTime. Let me show you what it looks like for me. So the video opened in QuickTime. Just make sure it plays. Isn't that exciting? So what you're going to need to do is export or save as, and do something like that. You know, in QuickTime here, it's save as. I'm sorry, it's export. And you're going to want to export it as 1080p, 720p. I'm going to go for 720p just because that's the smaller, and I'm saving, I don't know, saving room maybe. Kurt, 720p. Okay, so now that we've got that, we will go back to Tracker. And let's see if it opens this one. So now you have your video in Tracker. And you're going to be needing to do a couple things to get set up. The first thing is we're going to actually track an object. So we're going to do track new. We're going to use a point mass. And then as you mouse into this window, you'll see the coordinates are showing up. And what we're going to do, if you want to practice playing it, make sure the video came through okay. Look at that, we're fine. In order to track the object, you are going to hold Shift, and when you do that, you'll get a little cursor, and you're going to click, and look at that, the frame advanced. Click, click. I'm going to try to click on the exact same point on the cart every time, right? Okay, and you just keep clicking. I'm being really sloppy, so you need to be less sloppy than me. So that your data actually works. There we go. And just keep going, keep clicking. I mean, this isn't a hard way to take data. So just keep clicking until the video, well, the video's done or your object's out of frame. Whichever. Okay. What do we have here? What do we have here? Almost there, almost there. Let's be done. If you want to see the track lines or make them disappear, you can say, okay, no trails, they all disappear, or you can see all steps, however you would like to do that. I'm going to do no trails for now. Now it's graphing the position as a function of time. So position in meters is a function of time, but it doesn't know what a meter is. We have to tell it how big a meter is, which is why we put a ruler into the frame. So we're going to do a calibration stick. And so that's this little thing. And we're going to do one stick and one shift click to mark. I had conveniently marked off 10 centimeters on the ruler. So shift click on one part and shift click on another. And then that little window pops up. You have to tell it how big this is. That was 10 centimeters. You can do 10 centimeters or 0.1 meters. If you want to have everything in centimeters, sure, we can do that. And now the graph and the data converted to centimeters. Does that look right? Yeah, it looks okay. You can adjust it a little bit if you need to, if it doesn't look quite right. So that's 10 centimeters. And now Tracker knows how big the world actually is. In terms of analysis, we have a graph that popped up and we have a data table. The data table, if you need to, you can copy and paste it into Excel, which we will do sometimes, or sometimes we'll just take a look like this experiment. I'm just going to have you look at your graph. Look at the graph. Some things to keep track of. If you went end to end on your calibration stick, if you said, well, okay, I'm going to go from here to here with my calibration stick. How much is that? That's 30 centimeters, right? only it's not. A ruler isn't actually exactly 30 centimeters. So if you use the entire ruler, you have to figure out how many millimeters beyond 30 centimeters is it, which is one reason I like to do this marking off of exactly 10 centimeters. Don't trust the ends of your measuring sticks. So that's one thing to keep in mind. So let's see if I can get this back to where it belongs. Yeah. Okay, and I'm again being sloppy. You need to be less sloppy than me. One thing to watch out for is that if you are accidentally moving your camera a little bit as you're taking a video, then that's going to mess up your data, because take a look at that calibration stick. I set it to be perfect up here at the end of the video, but at the beginning of the video, it isn't quite right anymore. This means my data isn't going to be good, and I should take another video to get the correct data, because if I move the camera, Tracker says, oh, well, it was here and now it was here, but it wasn't actually, because the camera moved instead of just the cart moving. So be conscious of that. Another thing that you can do to make your life a little bit easier is on the object itself, make some sort of mark that's easy to see. You can maybe put a Post-it on it with a big X or something like that. This end here, you can see is a little blurry, and a lot of your videos probably will be a little blurry. We're going to do the best we can. And sometimes the best we can involves thinking a little bit differently. So maybe you want to put a Post-it on the back end of the cart, and then you'll be able to see this part of the cart a little bit better. Another way to test if you have some good data is to do a new track. I'm going to track where the middle of the cart, that hole, becomes the back bumper thing. I don't know what to call it. So let's just keep doing that. Okay. Oh, and now you can see that one wasn't a good choice because that's getting all blurry and I can't tell where it is. I'll just keep going. So here's another thing to try, which is, oh, I think we're at the end. Yep. Try a different track and see if one or the other looks kind of better. Well, Mass A, Mass B. Mass B is awfully wobbly, isn't it? I did a really kind of poor job there. I think I'd use Mass A. Okay, so that's just some basic information for Tracker. There is a Word document with this information as well. And if you need help figuring out Tracker, there's a really good help page. I'll put the link to that in the Word document and in the comments of this video. Other than that, I hope this was helpful, and I hope you actually get to enjoy using Tracker, because it's pretty cool to take videos yourself, you know, and then get physics data to figure out how the physics works off a video you actually took. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to use Tracker. It's kind of cool. So I hope this was helpful, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.